The 7th season of the NRLW is about to get underway, and I'm here at the launch to chat to some of the stars. Let's go. Ali, I just wanted to start by asking what you're most excited for about this season.
I'm just excited to have some fun. Origin's quite stressful and there's a lot of pressure around State of Origin, so I love pulling on my Queensland jersey, but I love being able to pull on the Broncos jersey and have some fun with some of my best mates. So looking forward to having some fun. We're fit and we're ready, so yeah, can't wait.
I mean, you guys had a pretty good season last year within one try of the grand final. Is there like a particular area you've kind of been working on during the off-season, or have you not changed much?
Just defence. We know we can score points. We've got lots of try scorers out there. We've got lots of spark. But if you can't defend, you're not going to win footy games. So big defence focus, big fitness focus. And that's the main message to the girls is we've got to be able to defend before we can win games.
And I mean, you kind of spoke a bit about Origin before, but I just wanted to ask, like, obviously there were like record crowds broken. Is there anything you'd like to see kind of like using that momentum like done in the league like this year?
It was unbelievable having that bigger crowds. I'd love to see for future the same ticket prices, I think, for State of Origin. So let's get all our families there. Let's have our young ones there. Let's bring the whole family. Make it affordable for families to come and support our game. You know, I don't think we need to make too much money from the women's game. We just need to have fans there and supporting our game, because that's how the growth of rugby league is going to happen. It's through the women's game. So, yeah, that's what I want to see.
Hopefully we can continue to pack out stadiums.
Yes.
And just back to the Broncos, is there like a particular player in this squad that you think is just going to have like a breakout season this year maybe?
Jada Ferguson. She's starting 9 for us this weekend. She's had a great BMD season playing hooker. So with Destiny's injury, she gets the start. But she's been really fit. She's worked really hard on her game, so I'm just really excited to see her. I've watched her grow as a young player, and now I get to play with her. So I'm super excited to see what she can do, and yeah, Jada's my pick.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. I'm excited to see her this year. And I wanted to ask about Keely Joseph as well. She's obviously a pretty big Rooster star, former Rooster star. Like, what excites you most about having her just joining this team?
Keely, yeah, she's unbelievable. So glad she's come home to Brizzy. She was great down at the Roosters, but I think she's just found her groove coming home to family. So she's super happy. She's fit. I cannot believe she's only 22. That just blows my mind. The experience that she has and the way she can play, break the line, and just with her fitness. I'm super excited to play with her.
You forget she's so young, I guess. Yeah. And I just wanted to ask, like, kind of on a bit of a different note. I'm just in terms of the length of the season, I guess, like when games are scheduled, like I'm kind of just again like speaking about the like momentum of Origin before, like would you like to see kind of like those things change, like?
Yeah, I think so. Origin during pre-season isn't the best. Yes, we've played a few games, but it's mentally taxing on the girls. So I'd probably like to see the season be expanded to 1.5 rounds. So we play everyone, once and then half the rest. And just have a break during the Origin period. Just give us, those couple of weeks off playing, have those bye rounds, just to give everyone a longer season, less stress during Origin, and then time to get back. If you get an injury, you nearly miss the whole season. So we've been there before. This is the 7th year it's been like that. So I'd like to see things change definitely for next year.
Yeah, I guess like you said, like if you get injured or just like have a concussion, like you could miss half the season. Like that shows how important I guess it is to have like a really just like strong extended squad, so you can have players that can come in.
Yeah, that's the team that wins at the end of the day is the team that has the least amount of injuries, because the squads, they aren't that big. So like I said, you get an injury, you can miss the whole season. So you've got your 4 development players and you're able to use them, but get a longer season so you can have time to overcome those injuries, get fitter, get better as a group, and then, I feel like the game will be much better.
Tarryn, I just wanted to kind of start by asking what you're most excited for about this season.
Yeah, just really excited for the season to get underway and to see all the young players coming through and to play with the girls.
Is there like a specific area that the girls have kind of been like working on just during this off season, or have you not had to change that much?
We've been working on our defence a lot and just our mindset around games and being able to get in the grind.
Yeah, and just I guess about some of the girls in this team, like is there a player in this squad that you think might have like a breakout season this year?
Yeah, I think there's a few players that'll have a breakout season. I'm really excited to see Tavana Papali'i get a chance to play. Obviously, she was ruled out last year with an ACL injury, and young Aliyah Narcio, she'll be unreal for us, I think.
How have you kind of like filled in for those injuries? Like, have you had to like change much, like just bringing kind of new girls into this team?
Yeah, we've had a few new girls into the team. We've got Tana and Sammy come in, so really exciting opportunities for them, and a few young girls will get a chance as well.
Yeah, I guess just kind of a bit about like Sammy coming in. She's a mum of two. She's pretty incredible, and I heard she won the fitness test as well. Only just coming in, like it's pretty inspiring. I guess just showing how good these like athlete mums are as well.
Yeah, it's insane. Obviously, she's a mum and she's been running marathons, but to be able to come straight back in and just slot in, she honestly looks like she hasn't missed a beat. So yeah, it's really exciting to have her back in the squad.
Yeah, it's good that she's back. And I also wanted to just ask, kind of like, you left the Broncos. You were kind of combining, I guess, a lot with Ali there, but now it feels like you're really just running this team. And I guess with Corbin also just finding out that she's out, like, do you feel like a bit more like responsibility having to step up and like cover for her?
Yeah, definitely. I think, me and Corby were going to link up a lot this year, and she was a very important piece of how we were going to play. So I guess, a bit more responsibility falls on my shoulders without her there. But in saying that, you've got Izzy and Semi there to take a lot of the load as well.
It is a pretty like star-studded side, like this team. I guess you've got like Millie Boyle taking up the ball, then you can like go to Jess Surgis or Isabel Kelly. Like you must just love like playing with this group of girls.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really talented group of girls, but I think what makes it even better is that they're all just good humans and good people to be around as well.
Nita, thanks so much for your time. I just wanted to start by asking what you're most looking forward to about this 2024 season.
I think for me it's being a part of the Newcastle Knights for like the second season now. Like I think we've become really comfortable over the pre-season. I'm really excited to see our growth as a team, and I think that's probably the most exciting part for me.
Yeah, like you said, back-to-back champs. Like, how do you reflect on last year?
I think we were really a really connected team, and I think for us, like we actually didn't get to play our best footy. There were certain areas that we were pretty scrappy. So for us, we've been really working hard on the off season and trying to tidy those things up. And I think just being able to keep like majority of our squad together, there's been like a really good connection there. So I'm really looking forward to that aspect going into the season.
Yeah, I guess why do you think you have been able to keep like so many of these girls together? Is it just about the culture of this club?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think we were fortunate in having a really great coach in Ron Griffith. We do have a new coach this year, and Ben Jeffries, but he's been awesome. I think his personality really suits the Newcastle way. It's a really small town, like a one-town team. So for us, having someone that's like really chill and really laid back, it's been really relatable for the girls, and we've been able to get through quite a lot in the off-season.
Yeah, has he wanted to kind of like change much coming in? I guess you are the Premier, so maybe not.
Not too much, to be fair. I think he's challenged us a lot, especially around our defence. So that's been a real focus area for us heading into the season, is just to be really step up from the last season. We understand that we are the hunted, and we like to view ourselves as the hunted because we're not going to be complacent going into this year. We're really driven to try and go, take that three-peat, but we'll take each game as they come.
And I guess like when you become champions, it feels like everyone's just kind of out to get you, but I can't imagine what it's like winning 2 years in a row. Do you feel like there's a bit of extra pressure, or is it just motivation to win again?
I think for us it's been motivation. We've got we've got a lot of depth at our squad, so for us it's actually internal pressure just to make the 17 or the 18. So for us to actually have that internal pressure and have that and again, pressure is a privilege, I would say. For us, we're actually not really viewing the outside pressure as so much because there's a lot of good girls pushing to actually be a part of that team. So for us, we actually have to individually step up to the plate to be able to represent such a great club.
And I guess just kind of about this club, like, is there a particular player that you think is just going to have like a really great season this year?
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to watching Taylor Prettybond. She's one of our props, and she's just been unreal. She's had such a massive off season. She's come through the pre-season fitter, stronger, but I just think as well, not only just with her athletic abilities, I think just her leadership qualities and the way she carries herself has been really awesome to see her grow, and I'm just really excited to be playing next to her and not actually in front of her.
That's exciting. And I just wanted to ask about kind of like the Newcastle crowds, like a standalone record was set last year. You must just love like playing in front of this crowd like week in, week out.
Yeah, they're unreal, the Newcastle fans, like as Novocastrians, that's what we like to call ourselves. They're just like it's hard to describe the type of support that they give to you because they not only turn up to your games, they turn up to your community events. They really actually love the girls and they love the team for who they are. So I think it's, again, a privilege for us to just be able to be able to represent such a passionate area for us.
Georgia, I just wanted to start by asking what you're most looking forward to about this season.
Oh, there's lots to look forward to. I think just being on the field again in Titans colours alongside the girls, most definitely there's lots to look forward to, but I think first game kicking off over the weekend is our most exciting point.
Yeah, and I guess just like touching back on 2023, like just being on that verge of a premiership, but you did have a great season. Like, can you pick an area that you want to like kind of like improve on a bit, or has it been just a pretty good off season?
Yeah, well, lots happened last year, and it's been really nice to reflect on. I think you've got to lose one to win one, so there's definitely a lot of fire in the belly coming into this year. But I think we just want to be better in all areas. We've had a really good pre-season and just ready to transfer it all onto the field.
Okay, and just kind of talking about like specific players, like is there a player in this squad that you think is going to have like just a breakout season this year?
Oh, hope we all do, to be honest. I mean, you can't look past like a Chapo who's just a game breaker. Lozzie Brown, she's in our halves position and she's a great game manager. You've got Brito who's so sturdy in the ruck, but I'm really excited for our young number 14 coming into debut this weekend, Lily Kolk. She's exciting and she's quick around the ruck, so I'm excited to see her season.
It'll be exciting to see them, and you've got Philly back as well after having a disrupted season.
We do have Philly back. It's so nice that she's on the field with us, and she's had a hell of a pre-season too. So to see her partnered with Loz, I'm excited to see what they can do together.
Yeah, that is exciting. And I just wanted to ask a bit about you and I guess your form. You won the Golden Boot last year, which is a massive achievement. Like, are you feeling kind of like you may be in like the best form of your career?
Oh, I'd hope so. It was a really good year last year under the NRLW banner, but also, always proud to play for the Kiwi Ferns. And we did a lot in that space, which was really nice to look back on. So I think just really looking forward to another year. I think as long as you're enjoying your footy, then sometimes it's displayed in the way you're playing. So having fun's the main thing.
Yeah, that's good. And I also wanted to ask, like, it feels like we're seeing more and more like New Zealand girls like coming over to the NRLW. And I guess as a New Zealander yourself, like, I wanted to ask like why you think like there's such an increase, I guess, just recently in that.
There's a lot of talent in New Zealand, and it's so nice that there's a place. It's a travel for girls to relocate, but I think we've been willing to, and to see so many girls playing in the NRLW under different clubs. I think when we go back into the Kiwi Ferns space, we're better for it. But I'm excited when we look to the future to know the Warriors are coming back in. So there's a direct pathway for our girls back home to be feeding into the NRL.
Well, Mahalia, I just wanted to kind of start by asking you just about the season and like what you're most excited for.
Yeah, I think I'm really excited just to play, really, because I think, last year we didn't really have a good season, and I think, this year we've had a really good preparation, good pre-season, a new fresh pair of eyes and a fresh brain with our new coach, and he's been really great for our team. So I'm just really excited to see, especially after our trial game last weekend against the Dragons. I'm just really excited to see us play and how much better we have improved since last season.
Yeah, I guess kind of like you said, like you had a bit of a tough 2023 with some injuries and also like suspensions, things you can't always control. But is there like a specific area that you've been kind of like working on just during this off season?
Yeah, definitely. We've been working a lot on our defence, really. We lacked that last year and we didn't have that urgency, whereas this year we've been spending a lot of time around our defence, particularly in marker positions, and yeah, it's looking so much better this year, so I can't wait to see how we really put it all together out in the field.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, and it's also your first time captaining like Parramatta. I guess how much of an honour is it to be given this?
Well, absolutely. It's a privilege and honour to be able to be, seen as a leader of this team, and I think with my experience as well, I just really want to be able to share that with the team and bring the best out of my team.
Yeah, and like kind of just speaking of experience, I wanted to ask kind of maybe about some of like the younger girls in this squad, if you could like pick one that you think is maybe going to have like a breakout season.
Yeah, I think Sneaks, Tanika Todd-Hunter, I think she's going to have a really big breakout season. She's just been training so confidently and, just making some line breaks through training and just backing herself, which is really good. And it's great to see her confident, with her, early involvement with NRLW. So really excited for her.
Yeah, I guess like just in terms of you, like I guess like again captaining, like is that something that you've been really like passionate and excited for about getting to share like your knowledge with some of these younger girls?
Yeah, I've said to the team, it doesn't really take. You don't need to be a captain to be a leader, and that's what I want the team to understand, is that we can have many leaders in our team, and I just want to be able to share that with the girls and get them, like I said, bring the best out of the girls and make sure that they're having fun in, what we're doing at training, and they're enjoying football and the space that we're in, and that they're comfortable like a big family environment. So I just want to be able to lead the girls and make sure that they feel good.
Hey Kezie, I just wanted to kind of start by asking you, like, I guess just about this season, like what are you most excited for, if you could like pick something in particular?
Just to play footy. I feel like it's been a long time. I know obviously I've been lucky enough to play a lot of games at the start of the year, but there's been a lot of girls in our team who haven't played any footy since sort of last season. They've played a few, they've played a trial game or a few Harvey Norman games, but not actually a proper competition. So I'm more excited for the girls who've worked so hard for us to, get stuck into the competition.
Yeah, and I guess just kind of like with the Tigers in last season, you kind of just had like brought together like a bunch of girls who hadn't really played together before. Like, was there anything that you really like learnt from last season that you're going to bring into this year?
Just the harder we work, I guess we're going to reap the rewards from it. So we've been really working hard in the pre-season, and I guess just learning a lot from last year on, just losing in some of those games in those critical moments. So I feel like the girls have definitely gain that experience and sort of understand what it's like being in a professional environment. A lot of them, it was the first time being in that environment, and understanding that it's more than just what we do at training, it's a lot what we do outside of training. So just sort of trying to bring that professionalism in, and for them to understand what it actually takes to be an NRLW player.
And I guess just kind of speaking about like some of those girls, like you were talking a bit about it on the presentation just on stage before, but is there like a player you think that's going to have, like, they've had a really good preseason, they could have a really good year this year?
Oh, look, I can't really pinpoint one in particular, because I feel like they've all been working really, really hard to, get themselves right for this season. So I'm just excited, just to put everything together of all the hard work that we've done. And like Ali said, like, we've been working really, really hard on our defence as well. And, everyone knows defence wins games, and if we can stop them from scoring tries, we know that we've got a lot of points in us, but we've got to be really a lot better defensively.
Yes, that's one thing to work on. And I just wanted to ask, like, on a bit of a different note, like with the length of the season and kind of like when the games are scheduled, like, I guess, we've had this like amazing momentum with Origin. Like, is there anything you would like to see maybe change like this year or next year in terms of like that?
Yeah, obviously next year moving forward, I'd love to see NRLW before Origin, at least our pre-season, and at least, starting the couple of rounds before going into Origin. You saw into 2022, I think we had the first season at the start of the year. Then we had Origin, and that game was like unbelievable. So I feel like we definitely need that high level competition, or being in that high level environment before going into Origin, because Origin's the hardest game of the year. So you want to be around, the high performance before leading into that.
Okay. And I guess like just with like little Kezie, you had to stop playing when you were 11 because you couldn't keep going like through these pathways, and now just to be playing in front of like tens of thousands, like would you ever have dreamed of this when you were younger?
No way, not at all. I still pinch myself that I'm still in this position and still able to play rugby league, and still going 11 years on, and to be that role model and to be an inspiration for a young girl is it's truly a dream come true.
I also caught up with Sharks captain Tiana Penitani at their team season launch. It's your second season here. Like, does it feel a bit different, like after Origin, and I guess everything that's happened with like just the growth of women's sports in these past few months?
Yeah, well, obviously it's been a huge past 12 months in women's sport, so it's a really great time to be a female athlete. But for me, and I like Emma and Ellie as well, we've kind of been in and out of State of Origin camp, but coming back into this group, there's a very special feel, and you'll hear that from some of the players tonight when they speak about how our pre-season has been. There's just a really quiet, special feel around the group. Everyone's bonded so well, and we are just so excited to kick off round one.
Yeah, and I guess just like with that whole Origin experience, like I guess with all of the momentum that there is now, like is there anything in particular you would like to see, like just the NRLW like do kind of this season, like using that?
Yeah, look, I would love to see some record-breaking crowds again. I thought it was incredible to be able to play in front of record-breaking crowds for Game 1, Game 2 and Game 3 in State of Origin, and we really felt the atmosphere, and I just feel like there's such an appetite for women's rugby league now, and we hope to see the fans turn up week in, week out for all of their teams and get lots of people in the stadiums.
Yeah, and I guess like just about this team as well, like how is the team looking just kind of coming into these first couple of weeks with games now? Haven't really lost anyone, I guess, in the off season?
No, we're relatively healthy. We've lost one of our development players, unfortunately, to a pretty bad injury, so that's unfortunate, but as a whole, I think the squad's shaping up really nicely. We had a good trial against the Roosters on the weekend that kind of just showed us where we're at a little bit and what we really need to work hard on over the next week and a half before round one. We've retained 3/4 of our group from last year, so we've kind of just picked up where we left off from last season, and we want to achieve a lot more this year.
Yeah, I guess how are you kind of feeling just about like this season? Obviously coming sixth in your inaugural is like pretty good. Like, were you kind of happy with the many things you kind of want to change?
Yeah, look, we were obviously proud of our good performances last season, but we definitely felt like we underperformed in a lot of areas, and you kind of got to be a little bit more lenient being your first season. There's lots and lots of amazing lessons to take out of our first year, but we know that we had so much more in us, and we want to be able to perform at really crucial times, and I think that's going to be our focus for this year, is putting 70-minute performances together and really performing when it matters, and hopefully we can go all the way this year.
Hopefully. And I just wanted to kind of ask about like you, and it feels like you're just becoming like more and more of a leader, and especially just kind of becoming more of a role model. It feels like for some of the young like Pacifica girls on this team.
Yeah, thanks, Abs. I like to think so. You know, I never really had many Pacifica role models when I was coming through the ranks in rugby sevens and then rugby league, and I've kind of really started to understand what that means, being that mentor or that senior role model for particularly for those girls, and we've got quite a few of them in our squad. So I like to hope that I'm a decent role model for those girls, and just someone that they can come and talk to, and they can pick my brain if they've got questions or if they need a bit of a confidence boost. I can help them in any of those areas. To, I guess, assist in making them better. So I try to be that leader for them.
Yeah, and I guess there are just like so many Pacifica girls playing for just all of the clubs, and I guess just how it's important for you to kind of be a mentor to these girls and just show them that there are pathways like to get into like rugby league.
Yeah, I guess the best way I can do that is by continuing to try and break boundaries and to smash down barriers, and continuing to try and be the best that I can possibly be on and off the field, and I guess leading by example. That's something that I feel like I try to do really well, and hopefully those little eyes that are on me, that next generation, can see that there is so much opportunity for them if they really put their mind and their hearts towards their goals.
Yeah, how amazing has it just been seeing like more of those, I guess, young girls just like coming through the ranks and just getting better?
Oh, it's been so exciting. When you look at some of our players in our squad and our development girls, they're at this level, where the game's in the best position that it's ever been in, and they are very dominant at this level, and they're only teenagers. Like, they've just finished high school, and some of our girls were still in year 12 last year while they were in development. So it just goes to show where the game is, and that it's continuing to grow and get stronger and stronger, and it's not the end, it's only the beginning. So it's amazing to see the amount of talent that's here.
And I mean, just like kind of like on that note, like speaking about the game going, I think it's been almost like 10 months or over 10 months since the last game was played. Is that something you'd like to see, like a full like home and away season?
Yes, that's exactly what we would love, is a full home and away season. I think that would be amazing, especially with the talent pool that we have now and 2 new teams coming in. We don't really want to spread the talent too thin. We want to keep the product where it's at. We've worked really, really hard over the years to maintain a really high level product that people want to see. So I think a home and away season would be incredible. And when you look at the men's game, if you just had the 10 rounds, the ladder would look completely different to what it does at the end of season. So I think that's probably where everyone wants to go.
Well, I'm sure the girls will keep pushing. It'll be exciting.
Hopefully.
I've just got one more. So I know your sister Tash has joined the Tigers this season, and you have to wait until the last round to play her, but is that something you're looking forward to?
It is definitely something that I've pinned in my calendar nice and early. I think the whole family has, but save the best for last. It means that she'll get a season to, I guess, be her best, and it means that along the way I can kind of just pop to her games when she's playing on a different game, a different day to me as well. So I'll support her along the way, and we'll save the best for the grand finale of the round games. Hey,
is there a bit of smack talk at all, or is it
always? But when we're in the kitchen together at home, cooking dinner, then sometimes we have a little bit of banter. I try and get a little bit of goss from what's been happening in her team, and but no, she doesn't tell me. She's like the chamber of secrets. So I try hard. She knows what my tactics are though. But there's definitely a little bit of smack talk in the house.
Excited for round 9 then.
Yes.
See that clash. Thanks so much, Tiana. It was so great to chat to you.
Thanks,
again.
Abby. You
Thank
too.
You. For more from Herway, visit herwaysportsmedia.substack.com.